And currently, yeah, we're live. Hello, everyone. Happy to see you all today, as usual, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, our regular time to go live and share something special about customer retention, getting new sales, agency, growth, and so on and so forth. I'm really happy and proud to introduce you again to our special guest, Steve Rosenbaum. Steve will talk today a lot about one of my favorite topics, how to get sales not by your own hands. By inviting some people, use them as referrals, and scale your sales like crazy, like we do. And we're gonna teach you how to do the same. Hi, Steve, and how are you doing? Happy to see you today.
Hello, Mike. It's always a pleasure. Amit, great to see you and everybody watching online and streaming. Thanks for being here. Great to see you all. I'm looking forward to sharing with you.
That's cool. That's cool. So, thank you so much, guys. I see people still joining
Yeah.
this call. We can wait them a bit and we can kindly start. If you are watching us on YouTube, please put me plus in the chat. If you're watching us on StreamYard, put me one in the chat. If you're watching us somewhere else, please say something, say hello. It would be great. Hey, Ronan, happy to see you here.
Ronan has been very active in all the workshops and webinars. He's always there.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much for
Candy.
your
Hello,
activity.
Hi,
Candy. On
Candy.
YouTube. Excellent.
Okay, cool. We will see more people just in a couple of minutes, I do believe. And Steve, please welcome to the stage.
Thank you, everybody. Yes, I prepared some slides, and this is a great topic, Mike and Amit. It's it's something that I learned a long time ago, and I've been selling for a long, long time. Right? It is so much easier to get introduced by people, and it's a lot more powerful also. So I've developed some things to make it a whole lot easier. So if you don't like cold calling, if you don't like pounding the pavement, if you don't like any of that stuff, and who does, I'll show you a much better way. And there's a whole lot less rejection. There's almost zero rejection when you do it this way. So can I share my slides? Is that all right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to do so.
Yeah. Oh, Mike Bowling, great to see you. I know Mike. All right. 1 second here, please. All right. And I present. Share screen and entire screen. I think it's this one.
Absolutely right.
All right. 1 second here. All right. Now, are you seeing my entire screen? Is this filling the whole screen?
Yep.
It's
Okay.
cool.
I want to make sure
Yeah.
I have this. All right. Let me hide this here. Okay. So today, let's talk about next level referrals. So, how do you take your agency through word of mouth marketing? We've all heard about word of mouth, right? Everybody says that's the best form of advertising. That's the most valuable form of advertising. And the cool thing about it is when we do it this way, it takes the burden off of us. It takes the stress off of us. So if you're uncomfortable cold calling, if you're uncomfortable, don't know what to say, listen up, because this is going to be these are going to be strategies that are really going to help you, and you're going to find they're much more effective. All right, now, why do referrals work so well? Why are they so powerful? First of all, we as people, we're literally hardwired to make referrals. Think about this. Think about this. What happens when you see a cool movie? What happens when you go to a great restaurant? What do you want to do? What's the first thing you do when that happens? You want to tell all your friends, right? You come home, I call my brother, I talk to my brother every day, hey man, we saw this really great movie last night. I watched this on Netflix last night. Or I'll talk to my folks, hey, we went to this really nice restaurant. We had a great experience. Think about this. It's natural. We do it. We are hardwired to do it. We like to do it. We like to share those great experiences. And that's why they say that word of mouth is the best form of advertising. And I know, as I said, I've been doing this a long time. How many times has a business owner said that to you? How many times have they said word of mouth is the most valuable form of marketing, is the most valuable form of advertising? And how many times do they tell you that that's their number one form of marketing and advertising is word of mouth? Everybody loves word of mouth, but one of the biggest problems is most people don't have a system to generate more word of mouth. They kind of hope and pray. They're like, hey, if I do a good job with my business, if I provide a great product, if I provide a great service, hopefully, people are going to refer me. That's their strategy. Their strategy is hope and prayer. Look, I'm going to do a great job and hopefully people will refer me. But I'm going to show you how to not rely on hope and prayer. I'm going to show you how to put processes in place with intentions so that it happens more often. How's that sound?
Sounds
All right.
cool.
All right. Consumers trust referrals. You know this. You know the stats. You've seen them, and we'll look at stats on the next slide. Consumers, if they get a referral from somebody they know, from a friend or a family member, they automatically trust them. Or if they see it online, even on social media, or even the reviews, right? If people look at the reviews, all of those are forms of referrals. And by the way, here's something you might not have realized. And again, we're going to look at some very powerful stats in the next slide. Referred customers are better customers. They spend more money. They stay longer. They refer more people. All those things. So customers that are referred to you literally are better customers and more valuable customers. So let's take a look at some of those stats. And I got this from an infographic on invest.com. But these are all from different studies, and we'll just go from top left here. So first of all, check it out. Referral leads, they convert better than other forms of marketing. They convert 30% better, and they've got a higher lifetime value, 16% higher when you get referrals. Go down from there. 84% of the people trust recommendations from people they know, and that makes referral marketing the most influential form of advertising. Those words, that saying that word of mouth is the most powerful form of advertising, there's proof right there. 84% of the people, they trust recommendations, and they call it the most influential form of advertising. Small businesses, they get 60% of their business from referral campaigns. You could really help them with that. And small business owners have said that referrals are their main source of new business. Look at that. 82% are relying on referrals. Hopefully, their strategy is not just hope and prayer, right? Hopefully, it's not just that. All right, customers referred by other customers. Look at that higher retention rate, 37% higher retention rate. And check this out, 4 times more likely to refer more customers. Remember what I said? People that get referred to you are more likely to refer others. Pretty cool. You probably didn't realize that. 4 times more likely. All right, now let's go back up here. 77% of consumers are more likely to buy a new product. They will try more new products if they're referred to you. Why? Because they trust you more. And 49% of consumers say that their friends and family are their top sources of a brand awareness. Think of all these valuable things that you're learning about the power of referrals. What I hope is going through your mind right now is, how can I, as an agency owner, or how can I, as a Boomerang Me operator, incorporate this into, number one, getting more customers for my agency or for my Boomerang Me platform? And number two, what services can I put in place to help my customers, my clients, improve their business, and not just rely on hope and prayer, but we should be looking at this like, what kind of strategies can we put in place? All right, now I'm down here, referral marketing conversion rates versus other marketing channels, 3 to 5 times higher conversion rates than most other marketing channels. Over here, 78% of respondents with running referral programs found referrals are more loyal than those acquired through other methods. What we said, they're more valuable, they're more loyal. And more than 50% of the people will likely give referrals if offered direct incentives. This is an important concept. And Mike, I'm going to ask you to chime in here a little bit, because you and I were strategizing about some things we could do with Boomerang Me. Look at that. If you give an incentive, you're 50% more likely to get referrals. Pretty cool stuff. Those are powerful stats, aren't they?
Yes, it's absolutely right and true. I can confirm it by our statistics because currently we enrolled more than 3.5 million customers who installed our loyalty cards on their devices
Wow.
across the world. And I want to say, companies who do not try to, skip opportunity with a referral program with their loyalty, they get at least a 20% more customers driving by referrals. It's just an average statistics, but the truth is the better offer, the better incentive you do to your existing customers, they are more likely will generate more traffic to your business systematically and permanently. Because if you offer like every time everything, it's a question regarding the offer. If your offer like get free nothing, or 5% of $10, like it seems to be nothing as well, people will not appreciate, people will not even consider this opportunity. But if you will spend a little bit more, if you will set up more valuable incentives for referrals, like free dinner, if you invite 3 your friends or family members or your colleagues to our restaurant, we will the dinner on us, right? I will consider it. Why not? But when I refer those 3 people to your restaurant, they will more likely to visit your restaurants forever, because they already pre-sold by me. In this case, I am already your sales representative, and this is amazing. I mean, every time we teaching our clients to set up right incentive, do not try to save the money on it, because this is probably the best investment that businesses can do with their existing customer base. That's what I know for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So how do we get more referrals? First of all, silly answer here. Just ask. Most people don't ask. All right. And when you do that, I'll talk about this in an upcoming slide. When's the right time to ask? We'll talk about that in a second. But also remind people. They forget. That's the number one reason that people don't do something when it comes to shopping at a place they like, or going out to dinner at a place they like, or reminding people about a place they like. The number one reason is they forget. We're busy. Things happen during the day. Life gets in the way, right? So how do we keep people? How do we remind them? How do we keep them from forgetting? We automate the process. And I want you to focus on that word process right now, right? Have a system, have a process, have it in place, and automate it. Very easy to do when you have tools like Boomerang Me and High Level. Build out the processes to make this happen. And then finally, give first. Give first. All right. So I put in there, be a master connector. I like this. This is one of the things that I like to do, and I set out to do it. I like to connect people. I like to refer other people. Because guess what? When I refer other people, I earn reciprocity. Okay. I give first, I refer people first, and then I end up getting a lot of referrals. If you've ever joined BNI, the business networking group, all right, referrals is a big part of that. When I go in there, I often win the awards for giving most referrals. I go out of my way to make referrals. Why? Because I'm such a nice guy, right? But really, it's because I want to get more referrals also. And if you earn that reciprocity, you'll get it back. Any thoughts, Mike? Amit? Anything? Any comments, Amit?
Perfect.
Okay.
No, that's for sure. If you want to be valuable, if you want to get something, it's better to offer something and put something at the table first. People
That's right.
people appreciate this approach. People will more likely to respond with the same way like you did first. It's 100% right strategy.
And
Exactly right.
I think it's very important to automate the process as well. Like what
Yes.
Steve mentioned, to have Boomerang Me, go high level together, doing things, because we need to be reminded about things
All the time.
all
All the
the
time.
time.
And
Yeah.
as humans, we're not going to be able to keep up with all that, right?
Right.
So, but the machines, they don't complain. They do it. All right. Now, so let's talk about when's the best time to ask for a referral. First of all, right up front, when you get somebody. Now, I know when I first started my agency many, many, many years ago, and I was trying to get my very first client. All right. And I had to prove myself. And people try to negotiate with me price. So one of the things that I did was, okay, if somebody said, well, look, you don't have a lot of experience, so will you give me a discount up front? What did I say? I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a discount up front, but here's what I want from you in return. When we have success, I want to make a case study about you, and I want you to give me 5 referrals. So do you agree to give me 5 referrals if we're successful with this? They said yes, right up front. Well, if they agreed to that, they're going to deliver, aren't they? All right. So, think about that. The people that you're signing up right now in your business, in your agency, onto loyalty programs or in your agency or whatnot, they know other business people, right? They're probably in the Chamber of Commerce. They might be in a BNI networking group. If they're a franchise, they know other franchise owners of the same business in other areas. Even if it's out of town, it's okay. Believe me, these people, they go to conferences all the time. They go to conferences all the time. They travel all over. They go to conferences. They meet with people just like them in other places. So you can say to somebody, look, if I do this work for you and we get great results, would you agree to give me 5 referrals? Ask for it up front. The other time to ask is if you didn't do it up front, but even if you did do it up front, immediately after something great happens. A testimonial that I show all the time is from somebody that I ran a database reactivation program for them. This was about 12 years ago even, okay? But we had tremendous success. We did about $45,000 worth of business in the first weekend. And I went in there to review the numbers and everything. They were thrilled. They made all this money. The guy paid me. In fact, the guy paid me in cash. Probably somewhere you'll find a picture of me somewhere holding up $6,500 in $100 bills because the guy paid me in cash. All right, he was a jeweler, and I said, "What are you gonna do? You're gonna write me a check? You're gonna run a credit card?" He said, "No, I'll just hang on a second." He went into his vault and pulled out 65 brand new $100 bills. So I got a picture of me somewhere doing that. But anyways, so I said, "Well, great." I said, "Hey, let me record a testimonial and get a referral from you right now." Right now. He said, "Yes." And I still have that. I still use it to this day, right? So one of the best times to do that is immediately after you have success with something, or immediately after you make a referral to somebody. Hey, Mike, I want to introduce you to this person. By the way, Mike, do you have somebody that might be interested in helping their agency improve lifetime value and keep their customers longer and improve their retention? Because that's what I do. So if you make a referral to somebody else, remember that reciprocity. It's okay to ask for one. And the best time to ask for referrals is always, consistently, on a regular basis. Most of the times, if you're not getting enough referrals, it just means you're not asking enough and you're not giving enough. If you do both of those things, you'll get more. I want to talk about some next level strategies in a second, but I want to give anybody a chance to comment or offer feedback at any time.
Please, guys, if you have any questions, just write it down.
Okay.
Steve is here.
And is this helping? Is this helping? Are these things that you see putting into your business? Tell me about how you're going to implement this into your business. Tell me an aha moment that you're learning here. I always love to get that feedback. And Amit will tell me about it because I'm not watching the comments.
Sandy is saying that, ask referral on rejection.
Say that again, Amit.
What does that mean? Sandy is saying ask referral on rejection.
I'm still not hearing. Ask
referral on rejection.
Ask referral
on rejection.
Redemption?
Rejection.
Oh, rejection. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You could always do that. No, that's a great idea. And I'm sorry, Amit. So absolutely. So somebody might say, look, this isn't right for you. If I'm talking to somebody and they say, I'm sorry, that's just not right for me. I say, okay, well, that's all right. But do you know somebody in your circle that these services, they would like a loyalty program? They do want to bring customers back often. I'll tell you a funny story because, I'm a huge believer, as Mike and I are very, very much on the same page about this. We believe in retention. We believe in bringing customers back to buy over and over and over again. And I'm a huge believer in that every business would like to have customers come back over and over and over again. And then I met one guy who told me no, okay? And he was a bankruptcy attorney. He said, no. We don't have repeat business. People, they file bankruptcy and they go away for 7 years minimum. They're not allowed to file bankruptcy again in 7 years. And hopefully in 7 years, they got their act together. So he says, no, we're not interested in repeat business. So Sandy, you're right. So, okay, well, okay. I never really thought about that, but tell me this. You must know people who want more referrals. You know people going bankrupt, they need more business. You must know people who need referrals. Could you refer me to people that would need a loyalty program? All right. So Sandy, I agree with you 100%. All right, let's talk about some next level strategies. First of all, this is something that I like to do. All right. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna actually stop sharing my screen here for a second. Create a wow. Okay, what's a wow? Let me stop sharing my screen for 1 second here.
It's not needed. I already highlighted it. Let's go ahead, please.
Okay. I'm sorry. So am I on camera now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I lost my screen here. So what do I mean by a wow? All right. One thing is you want to get a big reaction from somebody. When I meet somebody for the first time, if I'm networking or if somebody refers me, what do people always do? What do they always ask for when you meet somebody for the first time? They say, do you have a business card? Right? So I purposely don't carry business cards. Instead, I wear a smartwatch, which I'm not wearing right now, but also on my smartwatch, I've got a QR code, and my phone, I have a QR code. And so I say, this is my business card. All right, now when they scan my QR code, it doesn't redirect to my website. Instead, it pulls up the messaging app on their phone, and the messaging app is pre-populated with the keyword and my phone number and directions. It says, just press send. Don't type anything else, just press send. So I'm standing next to them, and I'll tell them that, hey, take out your phone, scan this QR code, and press send. And now I've got a workflow built in High Level on the back end. It captures them immediately into High Level. I've created a contact in High Level, and I send them back a message right away. Think about this. I'm standing right next to the person, and literally within a second and a half, they get a text message from me, but they see that I'm not sending the text message. What do they say? They say, wow, that's cool. And most of them say, hey, I need that. And of course, my response is, well, of course you need that. Every business needs that. And they open up the dialogue. All right. So you create a wow. It sets you apart. It makes them want what you have. Mike and I, at the end of the call, we're going to talk about how to create a wow with Boomerang, so that when you're out networking, you could create a wow with Boomerang Me, and it could do the same thing. Make a huge impression on somebody so they want to continue the conversation. That's the whole point. Whenever I meet somebody for the first time, if I'm getting introduced by somebody, I want to create that wow so people say, you know what? I want to know more about what you do because I think you can help my business. So think about that. I want people thinking about this now. And at the end of the conversation, or if you want to drop in a comment, what kind of a wow can you create with Boomerang Me? I can think of a bunch of them. Right, Mike?
People are thinking how to add the QR code to the watch.
Beautiful. Yeah. I wanted to wear my watch. I forgot to put it on before. I was going to show you. Boom, boom. But anyways. All right, let me go back to sharing my slide presentation. If I could find my screen. Hang on, folks. I lost my screen here. Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah.
All right. So am I sharing again?
Yep.
All right. You're seeing the big slide, next level strategies?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Okay. So now we're on JV partnerships. And JV stands for joint venture partnerships. I do this in my business all the time. If you saw my presentation a couple of weeks ago when we talked about prospecting, we talked about this also. Same thing. When you do a joint venture, that's the definition of what you're doing. Somebody's going to refer you to people they know, and you're going to refer them to people you know. Now you think about this right now. You're watching a joint venture right now between Boomerang Me, Mike's company, Boomerang Me, and myself. All right. So we have independent companies. We each have a following that will benefit from this joint venture. And so here we are on a joint venture that benefits both of us. Who could you form a joint venture with in your local area that could refer you to people they already know? I want you to remember this. When you get referred by somebody else, you're coming into that relationship already with status, with credibility. And again, I'll point to Mike right now. Okay, Mike asked me to present this to you. Maybe you don't even know who I am. But the assumption is, well, if Mike has Steve talking about this, he must be an expert about it. And Mike's right. All right. And your assumption is right. But I could tell you I'm brilliant. And you're just going to think that I'm cocky, that I'm self-serving, that I'm bragging. It doesn't work. But when somebody refers you, you get the third-party credibility. And that's huge. Now you believe it. Now you understand it. So that happens all the time. Now, so think about this. If you're offering loyalty programs in your area, and you're offering them to local businesses, to restaurants, to retailers, to boutiques and shops and e-commerce stores, who could you form a joint venture relationship with that would want to refer you to their businesses, to other businesses? Think about people who already have relationships with those businesses. I'll tell you some. How about accountants? How about bookkeepers? How about printers? How about online influencers? So you can go to all of these people and work out a joint venture or work out an affiliate program, offer them commission, offer them a reward. Who's getting lots of great ideas from this? A person that I started a joint venture partnership with years ago was a guy that sold radio advertising. Now, why would I form a joint venture with somebody that sells radio advertising? And why would he want to form a joint venture with me? Well, one of the reasons I wanted to form it with him was because this was a guy who's been selling radio advertising in Austin, Texas, where I live, since the 80s. Right? He'd been selling radio advertising forever. He knew every local business in town. Now, one of the things about him and any radio advertising is radio advertisers, they lose a lot of business after somebody advertises on the radio for a little bit. If they don't see the value, i.e., they can't really measure their results. I'll give you an example. I knew a guy who advertised on the radio station, and he was a roofer. And he told me, hey, I just took out a package to advertise on ESPN radio. And that's a radio station that my friend worked for. All right. And a few months later, my roofing friend said to me, I canceled my contract with ESPN. I'm not going to do it anymore. I said, why? Why did you cancel it? He said, it didn't work. Nobody ever heard the commercials. I said, that's not true. I heard your commercial the other day. I've heard it several times. I know people here. I mean, ESPN, they got a lot of listeners. I know people heard the commercial. Why do you say that nobody heard the commercial? He says, well, nobody ever told me they heard the commercial. What's the problem there? Is the problem that nobody ever heard the commercial? Or is the problem that the roofer couldn't track and couldn't measure the response he got from that? That's the problem, isn't it?
Right.
So
Now
true.
imagine, now imagine you go to them with a solution to that. And that's what my radio guy saw. I said, look, let's do this. Right? Let's give people a call to action that isn't, hey, call us to buy a new roof. People don't just get in the car one day and hear an impulse commercial and say, that's it, I'm going to buy a roof today. Nobody does that. Okay, but if the call to action is something different, all right, get some incentive, or whatever the case might be. And remember, they're in the car. You got to do this quickly. But if you could do that, if you can get somebody to take some sort of an action, scan a QR code, go to this quick link for some reason, get a loyalty card, whatever the case might be. Now you could track that. Now oh, look, That customer that just bought that roof, he did come from that radio ad. I didn't even realize that. He didn't tell me that. But when you can give them the tracking, you're going to help them measure things. By the way, here's something very important. Here's an important strategy for business owners. Listen up, folks. This is very, very important. All right. Most businesses cannot measure their success. And if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. If you want a business owner to believe that you can help improve their strategy, then the first thing you have to do is convince them you can help measure it. And everything we're talking about, think about that. Think of how Boomerang Me can help somebody measure their success. One of the best ways is most people don't realize where their leads come from. But if they come from Boomerang Me, guess what? You're going to be able to help them measure that success, aren't you? Think about that. That's a very important benefit that most people don't even think about. All right, now let's also think about this for a roofer, okay? Because most people, again, are riding in the car, and they're not gonna think about, they're not gonna even be listening to a commercial about roofing, because they're that call to action. Again, most people only think about, hey, I need a roof when there's a hailstorm. All right, but what if, on the other hand, what if the roofer formed a joint venture relationship with a local pizza guy? I also have a friend named Dan Saccone. Dan owns Saccone's Pizza in Austin, Texas. Dan wins awards for pizza making. Literally, he's won like the best pizza in the world. I mean, there's like a big pizza bake-off in Las Vegas, and he goes out there and competes and wins prizes. Now imagine this. Imagine that the roofer forms a joint venture relationship with Dan Saccone and says, Dan, I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring you a lot of business. I'm going to advertise on ESPN radio. We're going to get a lot of people, Dan, and I'm going to give you free advertising on ESPN radio, Dan. All I ask is that you let me give away a free order of cannoli when somebody buys a pizza. You okay with that? Is that cool, Dan? Will you give away a free order of cannoli to get people in your door, and I'll pay for everything, Dan? So the roofer did this. Now imagine this: the roofer now gets on the gets on the radio, and he talks about the roofing. But all he really wants to do is he wants to capture the lead. So he says, "Hey, guess what? And to show my appreciation for you, we formed a partnership with Saccone's Pizza, best pizza in the world. This guy wins awards for this pizza, and Saccone's wants to give you a free order of cannoli. All you have to do is go to this link." What's going to happen? The roofer's going to capture him. He's going to get him into his program, and he's going to be able to measure, oh, look, that guy came in from the ESPN radio. And now, by the way, you've got two potential customers. You've got the roofing guy, and you've got the pizza guy. So this got your wheels turning, folks. You guys see, but by putting together these joint venture relationships, you're actually able to form two great clients at one, and everybody wins. That is a win-win-win situation. Mike, I bet you've got something to say on that.
Look, this is why I'm gonna say I love marketing, because it's like a big game of big new opportunities and ways how to solve very simple problems with very uncommon ways. That I want to say, and I'm happy actually to learn from you. I hear that the first time, and it sounds very cool. Sounds interesting. I completely understand the idea of capturing the customer data, tracking the resources of getting the customers. It's very important, but joint ventures, it's something still new for me. And all of a sudden we could collaborate like a roofer with pizza shop maker. It's non-obvious case, I'm gonna say, but you found the solution how to mix it out and make it profitable. That's the great way of thinking, I would say.
And I've literally done these things. My cigar client, I put him together with a local winemaker. Makes sense, right? Somebody likes cigars, they like wine. Well, my cigars guy's got it. My cigar guy has a list. The winemaker has a list. Let's bring them together. They love the idea. It worked for all of them. I had an auto mechanic, and I teamed him up with, who did I team him up with? It was a restaurant. Okay, so he gave away a discount to a restaurant. They all benefited. All right. Now, that brings us to Create a double-sided benefit. What's a double-sided benefit? Well, let's think about this in terms of the affiliate. Okay. The double-sided benefit would be you give the discount to the person who's going to claim the reward, and you give commission to the person making the referral. That's double-sided, right? So in other words, you could say, you could create a program that says, okay, hey, look, hey, Mike, will you please go out and refer me to your people? And I'm going to give people that come in, I'm going to give them a 10% discount, and I'm going to pay you commission, Mike. That's a double-sided benefit. Two people are getting the benefits. Very, very, very powerful.
Exactly.
All right, then yeah. All right, and in the next couple slides, I want to talk about LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. Who uses LinkedIn? Who wants to know more about LinkedIn and a great way to get referrals on LinkedIn? Who wants to know more about that? You guys interested in that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think right now it's like non-uncommon way how to reach out to local business, because people tend to think that local businesses are not sitting on LinkedIn, but it's completely not true. I'm gonna say a lot of people already, everyone is there basically first, but it also depends on your strategy, on your communication, wording, messaging, and so on and so forth, and you will be responded. And I just want to introduce you guys that from this Friday, Ariel Feldman, one of our most successful agency owners who has managed right now more than 200 local businesses under his brand, he will start teaching our existing paid clients on our paid school community. If you are already not there, if you aren't there, my recommendation is to consider this opportunity or to sign up to the agency plan to get access to the school community and pay for this paid community as well, because you will get access to everyday training from the tech side, and which is moreover important, from the sales part as well, led by Ariel. We will start from this Friday, and this is actually his approach. He's a ninja on LinkedIn, and he got a lot of sales from here. And Steve, I can't wait to hear your approach, how to leverage LinkedIn opportunity with that product.
Beautiful. I'm going to show you in 1 second. And then also, Mike and I, again, we're going to talk about how to use Boomerang Me to get more referrals. But first, I want to talk about how to make yourself easy to refer. This is a key, folks. 1 second. I gotta, let me mute for a second because I'm going to have to cough. And I don't know where my mute button is.
I can do it for you. Give me 1 second, please. Sure. So, do we have any questions, guys, from the chat? Please, please make this live really live. Please ask the question. Please collaborate with us. I think it will be beneficial for. It will be the double-sided benefit for us. Let's name it like this. It's a part of the topic.
All right, Mike, I'm back anytime. Let me know when you can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Let's go ahead.
Okay. This is a new microphone. My old microphone had a mute button on it. I started looking for the mute button on it. Uh-oh, I don't see it. All right. And I don't have my controls up for StreamYard right now. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what an important way to get more referrals is to make it easy for people to refer you. This is really, really, really important. Okay. Look, folks, if you want people to refer you, don't expect them to do any work. They're not going to. You have to make it easy for them. Okay. You need to make sure they understand, what do you do? All right. Most people, if you ask them to refer you, then the referral is going to go something like this. Oh, hey, Mike, I want you to meet Steve. Steve, I want you to meet Mike. That's a very weak referral. Okay. They need to understand, what do you do, and how am I going to help Mike? How is Mike going to help me? So you have to make sure those people understand what it is you do. You also have to make sure they understand who is your ideal customer and who are you looking to connect with. Literally tell them, what should they say about you? You should write this all out for them. I literally give people a message that they could copy and paste into an email and send it out. And it says something like, Mike meets Steve, Mike meets Steve, Steve meet Mike. Hey guys, you're both friends of mine. I want to bring you together because Steve is great at helping businesses bring back customers to buy over and over again. And Mike has got the most awesome software platform on the planet for making this happen. So it's just natural that you two get together because together, you guys are going to help a lot of businesses grow. That's a great referral. It tells each of us what the other one does and why we should get together. And then finally, give them assets. Boomerang Me is one of the best at this. And I know a lot of companies, and companies bring me in to consult with them. And this is the standard. I'm showing the picture that I'm showing you is a Miro board that Boomerang Me has with all their affiliate tools on it. So they make it real easy for affiliates to recommend them. By the way, if you guys like the idea of making affiliate commissions, make sure that you join the affiliate program. And I'll give you another secret. Every month, Boomerang Me does these workshops, and you've probably been to them. One of the easiest ways for you to make commission is to let people know about the Boomerang Me workshop. All right, now, don't let your customers know about it, but let other agencies know about it. Your friends that are in this business as well. And Mike, if you want to drop a link for the affiliate program, if you think that's appropriate, let's go ahead and do that. Because folks, if you want to earn affiliate commission, this is and this is all about referrals. Watch how easy Boomerang Me makes it to refer them. They do all the work for you, and you can learn from that. All right.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thank you for highlighting this, Steve. And yes, our next workshop will be in the middle of February, and we will keep you posted about the dates when we will start. And please make sure you are joining us in February, and don't hesitate to share it with your communities, with your friends, with your buddies. We will be happy to see you all live, and we will be happy to actually do this training for you, completely committed to your success. And I already posted and shared the link for our affiliate program. If you don't mind, please just check it out, because this quarter we offering a trip to Bahamas for 2 people for the top performer in our affiliate program. Just check it out.
A trip for 2 to the Bahamas. Who wants to go to the Bahamas? If anybody needs somebody to go with them, I'm raising my hand right now. Just go out and win the contest, and I'm ready. All right. Who's ready for LinkedIn referral method? I'm going to say something super cool on LinkedIn. This just works. All right. I'm a huge fan of LinkedIn. I created a course a couple of years ago called LinkedIn Dominance. Did very, very well. I love LinkedIn. I get a lot of business from LinkedIn, but I do it with intention. I do it. I have a process. I have a system, and it works. So here's what I call the LinkedIn referral method. It's very easy, and people want to do this with you. Here's what it looks like. Get a friend, get a partner. I'm showing you a local friend that I have right here. His name is Tom Cotter. Okay. I don't know if you know this, but on LinkedIn, this is the LinkedIn search. And by the way, this is even for free LinkedIn. I'm sure people are going to ask me, hey, are you talking about free LinkedIn or are you talking about LinkedIn Navigator? This is free LinkedIn. All right. You could do more on LinkedIn Navigator, but this is free. All right. So find a referral partner. I'm showing you my friend Tom. And I go there and I select, I want to know second and third connections. What does that mean? Second and third connections. If they're a first level connection, I'm already connected to them. I don't need a referral. I don't need an introduction. If I want a referral, I go to the second level connection and I go to the third level connection. I'm only looking for people locally in Austin, Texas. And I look for people that are connections of Tom Cotter. And I get a list of a bunch of people. Now I just glance at that list and I pick out a couple people. There's Kristen. I'm blocking this with my camera. Christina. All right. Now I go to Tom, and I don't go to Tom and say, Tom, will you refer to me some of your friends? That's too open-ended. That's there's not enough there. Instead, I go to Tom. I say, hey, Tom, I saw you're connected with Kristen. I saw you're connected with Christina. Those are great referrals for me. I've prepared a little note for you, just like the note I told you about one slide ago. Okay, I said, do you mind sending Kristen and Christina this note? Hey, Kristen, meet Steve. Steve, meet Kristen. Steve's the best at customer retention. He could really help your clients do this and this and this. And I think Steve could help you, Kristen, because you do this and this and this. So I'll literally write out that note for them. And I'm being very specific. I'm being very specific. I'm going to Tom and I'm saying, Tom, will you please, I don't say, Tom, will you please make referrals for me? I say, Tom, will you please connect me to Kristen and Christina? And maybe I'll do this with 5 people. And I'll say, and by the way, Tom, what I'd like you to do is I want you to go and look at these people I'm connected to and tell me 5 people I can refer you to. And you do a referral swap that's very specific, not general. I want to meet these people. These are the best people. Tom, please say this about me and tell me who you'd like to meet from my connections and what you'd like me to tell them. This works. This just works. Now, you might ask Tom first, hey, Tom, I saw Kristen, I saw Christina. I know you're connected to them on LinkedIn. I just want to make sure that, you've got a good relationship with those people, or those people that that you know pretty well that you're okay referring me to. You might ask them that. And because sometimes we're connected to people we don't really know who they are. All right.
Makes sense.
All right. You might ask them that. You might go to him with 10 people and say, Tom, who do you have the best relationship with out of these 10 people? Who are the 3, 4, 5 people that you really feel comfortable with? Because these are all ideal connections for me, Tom. And I want to do the same thing for you. It's that simple. Even if Kristen hardly gets on LinkedIn, and a lot of people don't get on LinkedIn a lot. Even if Christina doesn't get on LinkedIn a lot, you're asking Tom to send her an email or a text message with a personal referral and a personal connection. Who's going to say no to that? Oh, it just flat out works. And it saves you from doing those cold calling and worrying about how do you open up a conversation with somebody who doesn't even know who you are. Referrals cut through all of that, and they put you on the best footing to succeed. All right. What do you guys all think about that?
I love that, but just only one concern I have. It's a very, very time-consuming thing, but I can believe at the same time that clients that you can get through referrals will stay much longer with you and be more active and engaged with your services as well, which is very important. It's worth it. I'm gonna say it's worth it.
Which part do you think is time consuming? Maybe I'm not explaining it well enough, because I could do this in a very short period of time.
Yeah, I can imagine, of course, but I every time I'm putting myself in shoes of the person, of ideal person that we are speaking for, right? And I'm really lazy guy. I want to be transparent with you guys and honest. I'm really lazy. If I cannot automate something, I actually prefer to skip that, because I do believe I will give up on this from the second hour of doing this and so on. But again, from the LinkedIn, I do work on my LinkedIn right now, and I started this over the last year. And let me tell you the story. I didn't believe in LinkedIn. I thought this is just, it's a spammy platform. Everyone, whenever you go online, you start receiving a lot of tons of spammy messages. We can do this for you, that for you, and so on. Even though if you have a CEO position or founder or owner position in your LinkedIn, be careful. You will have a lot of spam shit in your inbox at the time. But whenever you will start getting something and sharing something with your audience, you will see the magic like I see right now. Whenever we started sharing these live streams on LinkedIn, and every time I receive some funny messages from my friends like, Mike, you are so annoying with your weekly workshop. Sometimes it's very boring, but because it's not for them. Not as because it's boring by itself, but it's really true from some perspective. But it's only because it's not for them. But whenever you start sharing something with people, people start, really trying to help you. the same way. They start sharing something positive with you. And I do ask for referrals in LinkedIn right now, and it works for me. Yeah. After the year, I really changed my mind about the powerful of LinkedIn. I do believe, but it's better to have someone like virtual assistant or someone like that who will do it for you. That's my vision and my perspective on it. If you don't mind, Steve.
No, I
Sorry.
don't mind. No, in fact, I love it. Okay, so because actually, I want to tell you a little bit more because what you just said to me means a whole lot of sense. And let's face it, I'm an automation guy. That is literally what I do. So when you say that, it makes total sense, right? We're all automation people. That's why we love high level. That's why we
Correct.
love the integration that Boomerang Me has with high level because we can automate everything. And I even said 3 slides ago, automate everything. So I'm really glad you said that. So let me tell you a couple more things. Okay. First of all, I have a handful of people that are, I'm really close to business wise and friendship wise. Tom's one of them. This guy, Tom Cotter, is one of them. Okay. Tom and I make sure that we go out to lunch together once every 4 to 6 weeks. In fact, he just messaged me last week. He said, "Hey, it's time for a new lunch." And I think the reason he said that was because he bought the last one and it's my turn to pay. So I think that's why he said it's time for lunch. But but we do that. We do. And so when we're sitting there, this is part of what we do. Tom, I saw these 10 people that you're connected to. Who are you comfortable making a referral to? And Tom's going to ask the same thing of me. All right. I've got another good friend, Tom. Yeah. I have another good friend, Tom, different Tom. And we meet together every Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And when we get together, we do this. We do referral swaps. All right. I've got another good friend whose name is James, and he's from Australia. We do the same thing, but we do swaps of email promotions because he's got a following and I've got a following. And so we'll get together every 4 to 6 weeks, and he'll say to me, "Hey, Steve, will you do this? Will you mail this? I've got this lead magnet. I've got this cool thing. Will you mail it to your group? And I'll mail your cool thing to my group." So that's just another way of us swapping. And now we're not swapping leads. That's a no-no. Okay. I'm not going to go to my friend James and say, "Hey, James, here's my list. Give me your list." All right. That's a no-no.
Right.
But what you can do is you could say, "I've got this cool thing. Will you offer it to your list? And James, you give me your cool thing and I'll offer it to my list." That's totally legitimate. All right. And that's just another way of swapping referrals. So swapping referrals, creating these JV relationships are ways for you to grow exponentially. And again, they put you in the best light because when you're referred, you instantly come with credibility and trust. You're getting that credibility and that trust from somebody they already know and like. And you're the beneficiary of that. So Mike, I like a lot what you said about the automating it. I think it makes total sense. And I just wanted to share a little bit more about how I leverage these things.
Cool.
All right, with that, this is something that you showed me, Mike, and I thought this was just the coolest thing that I ever saw. And I thought I'd give you a chance to explain how you use this to create a wow. This was, of course, in Boomerang Me. So will you talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, guys, I don't believe it will be something new for you, for someone who stay in touch with us for a while. But my favorite approach how to present the product to the people is to just give them a try of it, because loyalty cards for Apple wallets and Google wallets, they are beautiful in terms of how easy to add them to your wallet, how easy to interact, how easy to be rewarded basically from that brand without installing any apps, going through the huge onboarding flows and so on and so forth. And actually this card that Steve is showing right now on his screen, that's my card that I built something about 3 months ago when I was visited the Burlingame Chamber of Commerce local offline event. I don't remember for sure what the purpose of this meeting was, but it was just like a community network event, basic for Chamber of Commerces. I did this card, and when I visited this location, I just say, "Hey guys, I already created something for you. This is your branded, co-branded, I would say, membership card for your community, for all the brands connected to your Chamber of Commerce. Do you want to try it out, how it works? They say, wow, my logotype is there. What's my branded card is doing in your digital wallet close to your, Chase, Bank of America, and other banking cards? It looks cool, basically. And when he got this attention, I asked them, if you know what, if you want, I can share this card with you as a referral. You will be my referral. I put the three buttons, I opened the card info, and I shared the referral link with them. And they installed their cards under me. This is how I got their personal details into my CRM first, basically. But I also presented them not only the loyalty card by itself, like a tag. No one interested in tech right now because we have a lot of tech around us. I presented them the flow, how easy to share it from one person to another without spending a penny on marketing. I'm just referring them to this mechanic. That's it. And over the meeting, you can get like 20, 25, 30 leads using this mechanic. And at the same time, you are not just getting the point of contacts of them and personal details, but at the same time, you give them a try. They're trying the product, they're seeing how it works, they're seeing how it's easy and beautiful by a sense. And you can start from here. You can continue this conversation and ask some questions, what they do in terms of the marketing, how they are successful in, and how can I help with that? And basically what we did, we basically set up this loyalty mechanic as a free for this Chamber of Commerce to give them like like a lead magnet for the citizens of this town to get access to 10% off in particular businesses connected to this Chamber of Commerce, to give them a traffic. And it works beautiful, I want to say. Very simple and very beautiful mechanic. Because again, my approach is the same. Give something first and ask for something later. It works every time without any exclusions. Sorry if it's long.
No. This is exactly what I was talking about with creating a wow. I mean, that's what you said. That's what their reaction was. Wow, what is that? How do you have the branded card in your wallet? That's creating a wow.
Right.
When you do that, you make this great first impression. And what's the natural thing? You even said it. The natural thing is for them to ask you a question. Now, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this, okay? When you meet somebody for the very, very first time, and you're giving that elevator speech, and you're breaking the ice, and you're starting a conversation, what's the most important thing that you want to get accomplished with the very, very, very first thing that out of your mouth? You'd like them to ask you a question in return. It's like playing tennis, okay? You're serving to them, and you want them to hit the ball back to you so that you could hit it back to them and they could hit it back to you. So when you do this, think about what Mike said. Mike took this out, he showed it to them, they said, wow, that's so cool. How do you have that? What is that? How did you get that into your phone? Well, they're asking Mike a question. Mike broke the ice. He didn't even have to say anything. All right. He just showed them a wow. And they said, that's cool. What do you do with it? How can my company have something like that? There you go. That's exactly. Think about your elevator speech. Think about your USP. Think about your 30-second commercial. That's what you want, is you want to generate a response from them, which is basically giving you permission to keep the conversation going forward. Well done, Mike. Very well done. And that is beautiful.
Nothing new for everyone, I do believe, but that's thing that works every time, I'm gonna say. And welcome to try it out, and you will be satisfied like me. I'm 100% sure.
And the thing about when you say nothing new, it's okay, because we're all being bombarded with a whole lot of stuff. And so sometimes we forget, or sometimes when we're seeing something, even if it's the 10th time we're seeing something, it's almost like we're seeing it for the first time because of the context, that maybe the context that was presented last time versus the context that was presented this time. All of a sudden the light bulb goes off and says, oh, wow, that gives me an idea of what I can do. So it doesn't have to be new. This is why we keep showing you things that are in your possession, and just seeing more and more creative ways to use it. Open up another idea for you and hopefully generate another light bulb moment. Mike, that's all
Yeah.
I've got. That's all I've got with my slides today. If you want to bring me back on camera.
Yes,
I
yes,
think
I will.
I think I saw the young Steve.
Oh, did you? Yeah, am I still sharing my screen? Which one am I, Amit? Are you still seeing my screen?
Yeah, I just want to see it. Let me
Which one am I, Amit?
let me see. I think it is.
Behind the steering wheel, my guess.
I
Behind the
think some.
steering wheel?
Yes,
Yeah,
What do you think,
behind the
Amit?
steering. Yeah, I still think the same.
You guys think this is me?
Yeah.
yeah,
No, this is me.
wrong. Oh, shit.
Wow.
This is me. This is this is my college days. I was a hockey player at the University of Iowa, so I was in a lot better shape. And that's why I have this picture here, is to remind me that I was in a lot better shape. it's, I'm, I'm trying to get back to these days. It's just not working.
Yeah, fun
Mike, you grew
thing.
up in Russia.
Thank
Did
you,
you play
thank you for
hockey?
this. I tried to do, but yeah, I played basketball for almost 5 years because I'm
Ah,
tall, basically.
yeah. Beautiful. All right. Go ahead, guys. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Welcome to
All
the
right.
question, guys. We have a couple of minutes ahead, and I am and Steve and Amit, we all will be happy to answer all of your questions. If you have something and if you want something to discuss, please let's go ahead. How do you set up the referral thing again? What do you mean by again? I actually not sure that I'm getting your point right. But to set up a referral thing, it's really, really simple in Boomerang Me because by sense, the referral feature, this mechanic is activated by design for every card you created in the platform. Because I am truly believer in word of mouth marketing. I'm truly believer that you have to incentivize your existing customers tell more and more often about your business and actually become your sales managers on outsource, if you don't mind, right? I think that's the best way for the businesses and for local businesses, basically, because what Steve absolutely right in terms of what's happening when you see the beautiful restaurant in your area and you try it out. The first thing that you want to do natively, you want to share these across your community, across your first circle, second circle, first, tell for everyone because you want to share the value with the people. It's like your DNA, human being DNA, the cool thing. But if you want your customer to do it on regular basis, not emotionally, not like suddenly when they have a good feeling about your services, but regularly, you have to set up the platform for that. You have to set up reminders, follow-ups, right notifications way, and do set up the right incentives that will work for a long time for your clients' businesses or for your businesses if you are sitting and watching how do you improve your business right now. It's also the case. So this is the clarification on that question. How do you set up the referral thing with the Chamber of Commerce? So we didn't set up any referral things for them. I just traded them the mechanic by a sense, right? And offered them 10% off for every business connected to Chamber of Commerce. And local citizens can benefit from there and local businesses can benefit too because for them it's a really great lead generation tool to get more traffic into the doors and somehow compete with big monster brands like Starbucks, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, and so on. And this is amazing.
You
Referral
know,
tool, it's you can leverage it how do you want it because the simple thing, the better offer you set up for the referral program, the more customers you will get into your location. Very simple answer. I'm sorry for this simple answer, but it's true.
I did a product a little while ago about selling the Chamber of Commerce, and I have a lot of experience about that. So if that's a topic that people want to know more about, I know Mike has some experience with that. We could cover that in a future session. Let us know who'd be interested in knowing about how to do business with the Chamber of Commerce and create opportunities through the Chamber of Commerce or BNI or anything that for that matter. Let us know. I'd like to respond to a few of the comments here. First of all, Bianca's got several great product or comments, and I appreciate that. She even had some light bulb moments there. John, I think you gave her good advice about the difference between a JV program and affiliate program. Thanks for that, John. I think you're right on target. Let's see. Yeah, she says, I liked when Bianca said, I'm a real estate broker. I have like 4 JVs set up with ancillary services, and they've been a game changer. Fantastic. That's a great example, Bianca. I imagine you've got lenders, you've got people that do inspections. I assume those are the type of that perfect example, Bianca. Congrats to you. And yes, see, it creates seamless business for you, right? Awesome. All right. John gave more great examples. Credit card salespeople are great people to do JV partnerships with. Yellow Page salespeople. Yes, exactly. Chamber of Commerce. Pretty much anyone has to talk to many businesses on a regular basis. John, this is great advice. All right. Candy was asking about the difference between a JV and affiliate program. John, you helped her there. Fantastic. All right. Now, what else? I saw some other questions here. All right. John says, if you've not been doing this for a long time, you have to start somewhere. Automations for someone just starting out is not going to help them grow fast enough. John, these referrals could help you real fast, because let's think about this. Let's, think about some people that you know in your inner circle. Hopefully maybe you've got 5 people. And maybe if you can get those 5 people to each give you 5 recommendations, those are going to be 25 solid leads. Those are going to be better leads than you're going to get from cold calling or even paying for SEO or pay-per-click advertising. Those 25 leads are going to be solid leads. So think about that. You want a fast way. Find 5 people and ask for 5 referrals from them. All right. Steve was one of my first mentors. What, John, are you saying I was one of your first mentors back in 2010? Wow,
Because
John.
I met John today.
Wow, John. Thank you, my friend. Pleasure to meet you. Connect with me. In fact, is it okay if I invite people into my school group? I'm asking permission, like I'm putting you on the spot. You're not going to tell me no, right? Anyways,
You don't need to do it anymore. Yeah, we already discussed it, of course. Please welcome.
Everybody, come into my school group. John, come into my school group. Let's reconnect, John. You made my day with that comment. I'll put this in the comments. Here's my school group, https school.com/apes. We are all apes, which is the agency profit elevation system. Come to school.com/apes. All right. Paul's asking, can I integrate outside incentives like vacation vouchers, restaurant certificates as smart devices? 100%, Paul. That's a great idea. And if you were online, or if you were here when I was talking about the pizza place, right? That was an outside incentive. I said, give an order of cannoli, right? I said here's a roofer giving away a free order of cannoli from the pizza guy. That's I think what you're asking. That's an outside incentive that works beautifully. Perfect. And then I think we're getting here. I think I'm getting to the bottom of these comments. Oh my God. John,
Yes.
See, John says there's Zapowie. He was right. In 2010, my company was Zapowie. Wow, John. Wow. You made my day. Thank you, John.
A lot of things to catch up.
Yeah. Great to see you, John. And you made my day. Thank you. All right.
Okay, guys, we are a little bit out of time. Yeah, we discussed everything today, and I'm gonna say thank you so much, Steve, for the very informative topics. It was look like so obvious at the very beginning of the meeting, but even for me, I learned a lot of new approaches, new ways how to do joint venture partnerships. For me, it's really something new, and I will think about it a little bit more deeper over the next couple of days, and I will try to implement it to my business, to Boomerang Me, basically, because it's cool. And even extraordinary things, not obvious things, can works, but you have to structure it properly. It's a big room for improvement, I'm gonna say. Thank you so much for the knowledge. Thank you so much for the training, guys. If it was helpful for you, please put a spot in the chat to see that you're still active, and thank you for staying active over this hour. And Please join us next week. Same time, same place. Next Wednesday, we're going to go live. We're going to talk marketing. We're going to talk retention. We're going to talk sales. Our regular topics. Thank you for staying with us. We'll keep you posted. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Goodbye.
Have great success. Love you all. Amit, thank you. Mike, thank you. And everybody have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.